Everyone, my name is Kelly Sexton, and I'm the founder of the MED13L Foundation. We are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are very proud of all of our achievements as an organization. We've been able to create and manage our website, and we've had many successful fundraising events, and we've been able to connect and communicate with our families. Our commitment moving forward as an organization is really going to be our focus on research. And today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our fellow group members and MED13L family members, Nick Seaver. Nick has graciously volunteered his time to take the lead with our research efforts as an organization. Nick will talk to you about the importance and the possibilities of research for our MED13L families. Before I hand you over to Nick, I just wanted to remind you to visit our website and to connect with us on our social media platforms. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks so much, Kelly, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Nick Seaver, and I'm here to introduce the MED13L Foundation's Cure MED13L initiative. My goal today is to give a very quick overview and hopefully to get everybody here to sign up for a newsletter to learn more as we move this project forward. Our mission is to advance therapeutics to improve MED13L and ultimately to deliver a cure. By way of background, I live with my family in Connecticut, and we have an 11-year-old daughter, Ella, with MED13L. She's an amazing young girl who loves dogs and music and everything related to the movie Frozen. I work at a firm called ZCP, investing in early stage biotechnology companies. Here are some of the companies that we're involved with. And recently I've taken on a role on behalf of the MED13L Foundation to move forward the Cure MED13L initiative. The good news is that in just the last few years, we now understand what causes MED13L. A disruption in the MED13L gene results in a disruption of a protein by the same name, which itself makes up part of a system called the mediator complex. What is the mediator complex? You can think of it as a kind of router in cells, in the sense that it takes signals from a cell and then plays an important role in the process of making the right proteins from DNA at the right time and in the right cells. When there's a disruption in the gene and then the protein, it results in developmental, nervous system, and other challenges like speech, movement, and learning. And scientists are just beginning to understand the biological pathways driving the disease. One of the things I want to highlight today is the fact that we've entered into an extraordinary period of medicine, really a kind of golden age of biology. Here are a few examples. This slide shows the cost to sequence a human genome over time. In 2001, it took over 11 years to sequence one genome and cost over $100 million. Today, we can sequence a human genome in less than a day, and actually now it costs about $500. Again, this is genome sequencing, so has particular relevance for gene-based diseases like MED13L. The 2012 discovery of CRISPR as a biological system that can be used to edit genes is revolutionizing medicine. You can think of it as a kind of word processor that allows us to edit the genome in a very powerful way. Again, highly relevant for genetic disorders. That discovery won its founders last year's Nobel Prize. We saw a remarkable example of how medicine has advanced with the delivery of COVID vaccines. In the past, vaccines have typically taken 12 to 15 years to bring to market. Pfizer and Moderna were able to bring their vaccines to market in less than a year. Because of advances like these, uncurable diseases are now becoming curable, particularly those that are gene-based like MED13L. This is kind of like the way the invention of vaccines cured terrible diseases like polio. This slide shows the number of MED13L scientific publications since 2003. You can see there's been a cluster of increased research on MED13L in recent years, but it's still off a small base. These are single-digit numbers per year. Our mission at the foundation is to try to drive this chart up and to the right as we push towards a cure. This slide shows the pathway from early science to developing a cure. This section on the left shows the work that's done before bringing a therapy into humans in clinical trials. These stages are about understanding the biology of the disease and testing out possible therapies in the lab, then applying to the FDA for clinical trials, typically in 2 or 3 phases. And if those succeed, then applying to bring the drug to market and make it available to the general public. Here is where we are currently. Our goal is to get to a clinical trial within the next 3 years. With the right resources and focus, that's absolutely doable. And here are ways that the MED13L Foundation and the family community can help accelerate that process. One is to make tools available like mouse models. Another is to help make useful connections between researchers and other important players in this larger process. And finally, to raise funds in a variety of ways to help support important research. How large is the MED13L population? The global population here is represented by this orange pie chart. Roughly 8 billion people. Something over 1 million people have had their genome sequenced, represented by this thin white line. The answer is we don't know how large the population is because so few people have been sequenced at this point. But what we do know from testing represented by this small sample set is that MED13L is an important genetic cause of autism and intellectual disability. And analyzing early numbers from that small white slice, the global MED13L population could be as large as hundreds of thousands or even in the millions. It's important to note that rare diseases like MED13L can be very attractive to biotechnology companies and researchers because their small population offers a faster, easier, and less expensive way to get to market with a new platform. The key is for MED13L to be one of the first diseases on a new platform. And an organized family community driving continued progress can make a big difference in that regard. MED13L is obviously having a huge impact on all of our lives personally, but it's important to know that MED13L research has an even larger impact beyond this community, which can help inspire research beyond what we might otherwise think possible. In fact, the discovery of the mediator complex, of which MED13L is part, led to a Nobel Prize for Roger Kornberg in 2006. Here are other examples of how MED13L is researched beyond even this community. I don't have time to go through all of these now, but the key is that with proper resources, we can see research on MED13L beyond what we might think possible. Our aspiration at the Cure MED13L initiative is to create a kind of virtuous circle where we make tools available to streamline research, we increase the patient registry and develop patient samples that are available to researchers, improve genetic testing panels, communicate with and make connections between important people related to MED13L, and raise funds to support research and other initiatives. And ultimately, our goal is to accelerate the path to a cure. I wanted to take a moment to show this video related to a disease that has only about 1,000 patients in the United States. It's a gene-based disease like MED13L, and a cure has been brought to market.
Can you introduce everyone in your family?
This is my dad. This is my mom. That's my brother Jacob. That's my younger brother Matthew.
And who are you?
I'm Hannah.
We were at CHOP getting an ERG for Hannah. One of the ophthalmologists pulled us into one of the rooms after the ERG was finished and essentially told us the ERG was flat, and that confirmed the diagnosis of Leber's congenital amaurosis.
The best we can describe is that she has no peripheral vision and really would look out of larger straws, and that was her visual field. And then add on top of that the need of it to have to be bright.
When we first got her diagnosis, I don't think we fully grasped it, but we just kind of said we need to just raise this child we have in front of us. And, you know, what she can see, and what she can't.
You know, she never caught fireflies. She couldn't see them. Would sit out at night, try to watch the stars. She wouldn't see them. She's being robbed of those experiences. As plain, you know, as simple as you can put it.
Essentially, they make a good copy of the bad gene. They attach it to a viral vector, and they inject it directly into the retina. And then the good copy of the gene starts to replicate.
And then Hannah sees. That simple. And same day surgery.
Went in that morning and was
Home by dinner.
Yeah. That next morning, she sat down in her seat at the table, and she has a little desk lamp that she has always used to help brighten up whatever is in front of her. And she came down and just automatically flipped on that light. And as soon as she turned it on, she pushed the light away and she started to cry because it was too bright. And no light has ever been too bright for Hannah.
How do you think the people that gave your daughter this wonderful treatment option, you know, what parent wouldn't give their own eyes for their daughter to see a sunset? And these people who've never met Hannah, you know, a very small percentage of the people that were involved with this have met Hannah, and they committed their lives and their daily lives to this, and simply say thank you. And just, we want to shout on mountaintops and give people hope to understand that their time and their money and their effort is so worth it.
One night I was outside and there was a very bright star and it was pretty low in the sky. And I was able to kind of, you know, point to you see the tree and the bush and, you know, look right above that. Do you see that little white light in the sky? I said, that's a star. She said, I can see it. That was the first time she ever saw a star.
Pretty special.
Yeah. That was really awesome.
I find this story so powerful, and hopefully someday we can make our own video describing a cure for MED13L. Today we have two asks. First, we would please ask everybody to consider signing up for a newsletter that we are going to start to help drive the Cure MED13L initiative forward. This is the email research@med13l.org. Please feel free to use it for questions and comments as well. And secondly, we would like to ask all the families here to add themselves to the Simon's Searchlight patient registry. They've done a terrific job and made this registry available to us. It only takes 10 minutes to sign up, and you get there by going to this address, simonsearchlight.org, and then you click on the Join Us button, and it'll take you through it. So that's it. Thank you so much. Look forward, hopefully, to staying connected with everybody here.